So for the last few days or so, we've heard Francisco Lindor Mets extension. That's what we've heard. And apparently the Mets and Francisco Lindor are not close in this contract talk, so that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. But before I get into this video, 75% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like. Subscribe, turn notifications, and leave a like. And let's go ahead and get into this video talking about Francisco Lindor and a possible contract extension. Now, he has said an opening day deadline, so that's very interesting there. The Mets have to extend it before opening day, or it'll be postponed to the offseason, pretty much. So Francisco Lindor is going to be part of a stacked 2022 MLB free agent class. So yeah, especially with a lot of shortstops. So let's go ahead and look at some power rankings for my 2021 MLB free agent power rankings, who I think are the best free agents there. So I think at number 10 is Carlos Correa, shortstop. Clayton Kershaw, a starting pitcher. Max Scherzer, a starting pitcher at number 8. At number 7, Michael Conforto. At number 6, Trevor Bauer, if he opts out of his contract. At number 5, Nolan Arenado, once again, if he opts out of his contract. Number 4, Corey Seger, shortstop. Number 3, Francisco Lindor. Number 2, Trevor Story. And number 1, Freddie Freeman. Now, you might say I'm being biased with Freddie Freeman there. And I don't really think so, because Freddie Freeman just won National League MVP in 2020. He is a very, very good player, so I think Freddie Freeman deserves the number 1 spot, and Trevor Story gets the number 2 spot. So, here's the news that we got last night. Lindor wants a $385 million extension from the New York Mets over 12 years, which would equal out to be $32 million per year. The Mets offer was 10 years, $325 million. Sources say that this offer from the Mets is their best and final attempt to sign Lindor before the opening day deadline. He will not negotiate a contract extension past opening day, so they only have like 48 hours left to possibly get an extension done with Francisco Lindor here. And I don't think it's going to get done. And if I am the New York Mets, I don't want to pay him that. 12 years, $385 million is an absolutely insane contract. Now, Francisco Lindor is a very good player. I ranked him number 19 in my rankings. Now, I don't think he's a top 2 shortstop in baseball. I think he's right there at number 3, though. And Francisco Lindor is a very, very good player, but I just don't think – I think that you need to wait. If you're going to pay him this much, you need to see a really good season in New York. Now, he's proven. I'm not saying that he is not proven as a player, because if I said that, that would be a total lie. But I would wait here. New York is in a huge market, and you have got players like Trevor Story, Javier Baez, Corey Seager, Carlos Correa in that free agent market. And if you ask Trevor Story and Francisco Lindor wasn't already on this team, he would love to be in New York a lot more than he would in Colorado. We all know that. He would a lot rather be in New York than Colorado. New York is a huge market, one of the biggest markets in all of baseball. So New York can attract big free agents, especially with new owner Steve Coe. So Francisco Lindor in 2021 spring training, 370 batting average, 4 home runs, and 14 RBIs. In the 2020 season, 258 batting average, 8 home runs, 27 RBIs. In 2019, 284 batting average, 32 home runs, 74 RBIs. And in 2018, 277 batting average and 38 home runs and 92 RBIs. Now looking at Trevor Story here, 2021 spring training didn't go as planned for him. 182 batting average, 4 home runs, and 7 RBIs. In 2020, though, 289 batting average, 11 home runs, 28 RBIs. In 2019, 294 batting average, 35 home runs, 85 RBIs. In the 2018 season, 291 batting average, 37 home runs, 180 RBIs. Probably his best season there. Now you've got Javier Baez in 2021 spring training, once again not as planned. 184 batting average, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. And I think Javier Baez might be the most concerning player here. He had a down spring training, a down 2020 as well. 203 batting average, 8 home runs, 24 RBIs. In 2019 MLB season, 281 batting average, 29 home runs, 85 RBIs. In 2018, 290 batting average, 34 home runs, 111 RBIs. Now, we all know how good of a player Javier Baez is, but I really am going to have to see 2021 if I want to pay top dollar for Javier Baez if I'm a team. Corey Seager here, 2021 spring training, 333 batting average, 7 home runs, 15 RBIs. 2020 MLB season, 307 batting average, 15 home runs, 41 RBIs, not even including the postseason there. In the 2019 season, 272 batting average, 19 home runs, 87 RBIs. I will not include 2018 for him just because he was injured all year. Next for Carlos Correa, 220 in 2021 spring training, 308 batting average, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. In 2020, down season, as most people consider, even though it really wasn't that much of a down season, 264 batting average, 5 home runs, 25 RBIs. And in 2019, 279 batting average, 21 home runs, and 59 RBIs. So the most risky player here is Javier Baez, in my opinion. We know how good Javier Baez is, but he really is in a very bad slump here. The best out of them all, I think, is Trevor Story. The second best is Francisco Lindor. Now, I think Mets fans forget the idea that they still have one more year of control and that you can see what he does in his first year in New York. Now, Corey Seager's an interesting option here. He's been great. And, I mean, I think that it's one of those. I mean, Carlos Correa, like I said, I think he probably ends up back in Houston, even though some of his comments were concerning. We did a video about that last week. So, teams that do not need a shortstop. Let's go ahead and rule 9 teams off here. Padres, they have Fernando Tatis. Nationals, they have Trey Turner. Red Sox have Xander Bogaerts. White Sox have Tim Anderson. Blue Jays have Bo Bichette. Yankees have Gleyber Torres. Rays have Wander Franco coming up, best prospect in baseball. Braves have got Dansby Swanson and just are not really realistic. And Royals, who have Bobby Witt Jr. coming up. Unrealistic teams to sign Lindor, though, are the Rangers, Pirates, Orioles, Cleveland, Athletics, Giants, Brewers, Tigers, Diamondbacks, Marlins, Reds, Cubs, and Astros. Now, where could Lindor go if he leaves New York? I think that these are 7 teams that could be very interesting in his free agency. Now, I do also think that with Lindor, if he does go somewhere else, he will be going to a mediocre team because the best teams in baseball already have good shortstops. You look at the Padres, Fernando Tatis Jr., Dodgers, Corey Seager, Braves, Dansby Swanson, Mets, Francisco Lindor, Yankees, Gleyber Torres. So yeah, where could Lindor go if he leaves New York? I think this is down to 7 teams, but none of these teams are. One is really, really good already and probably will not end up signing him, but it is an interesting one. And that is the Los Angeles Dodgers here. They could lose Corey Seager in free agency, but it's not realistic. It's going to be very hard for them to free up the space for him. So the Dodgers are a team that I think would be in the mix as want, but they couldn't work it out financially. So 6 teams. The Cardinals are one. I think that they could be an interesting fit here. Then Paul DeJong would be a trade piece, or you can move him to second base or third base. Angels here are a very interesting option. Yes, Jose Iglesias has been very good, but we'll just have to see. Phillies are another interesting option. Yes, they have Didi Gregorius, but Francisco Lindor would still be a major upgrade. You've got the Twins. The Reds are an interesting option, and the Mariners are an interesting option. Now, out of these 6 teams, if I'm Lindor, the best team right now is the Minnesota Twins. It is. Now, which one would you want to go to the most? Maybe you want to play with Mike Trout. Maybe you want to play with Shohei Ohtani, Anthony Rendon. Who knows? But you're going to go to a worse team. That's just kind of set here. So I think that Lindor should take that $325 million that the Mets offered him and absolutely take it. Because here's the thing. He's the 19th best player in baseball. There are better shortstops than him. He's a great player. But I think that the Mets maybe should wait because, honestly, they can bring a big free agent to New York, and I think that they might need to look at that option and explore that option more than paying him $385 million because I think that's a little crazy because you're going to be paying him more than Mookie Betts. And Lindor is a great player, but he is not as good as Mookie Betts. So, yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. My thoughts and opinions on the Mets extending Lindor. I don't think it's going to happen before opening day. But, yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Before I end this video, though, 75% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like on this video. Subscribe, turn notifications, and leave a like. Thank you for watching, and peace.